limit, or rather to push this matchup as much as we've seen happen literally today. We got a clinic on Na by Zeus earlier tonight, and following that up is going to be a tough act, as I think Guangdong, really nice comp here, a lot of power in basically every lane, set up everywhere. For LM, even for that good of a play, well,
I mean,
that champion,
it's happened before.
It has.
And it wins. So
kind of deal going on where it's going to be hard for the Akali to consistently dive into enemy backlines. So yeah, we had to bring it up.
Yep, that's an all-time LCK total, 91.3%. Only 4 losses here in the LCK. Is Deft going to have his support flash out of the way, so things not going so well for the gentleman with the pretty ridiculous win rate. That's LCK total. I think his all-time total is closer to 80, but it's over even more games.
Wait, Yoshik, he's coming, but they're so low in level 1.
Yeah, this is really rough as Beryl is going to break those chains. Pioshik's going to make his way in. Can it still work out? There's a lot of minions here as well, because this is quite dangerous. Hoyt not going to get stunned up. That's a good sidestep, and also Pioshik missing that one, unfortunately. So we'll have to back away. Ellum now with a lot of space to roam.
I like this here from Barrel, but the damage has already been done, right? Like, Alum is just going to be able to walk out of it easily. Oh, King, you can't die to this.
Oh, no. He's going to get knocked up, and he's already down so incredibly low. The hop comes through, but that is flashes, and so easily the kill comes through. And, yeah, you're exactly right. That was way too telegraphed for King to die. Picking up a lot of information here for Kwangdong Freaks as Ellen moving on over. Control wards going down, both teams.
Kingen's Mega.
Yeah. Throwing some houses around, things like that. Actually, it's just the concrete. Now Kwangdong Freaks are going to come on in. Can Kingen actually get in there at the right time to find the Nard? There it is! Exactly the same spot as Zeus in the last game. But this time it did not work out. The Super Mega Death Rocket goes entirely wide as the heal comes out from Deft relatively late as well. And the Rift Herald is claimed by Kwangdong Freaks. And it looked like exactly the same play, but this time Kwangdong were not hindered by it.
And then the same thing happened on mid. So DRX, yeah, it's nice that you finish your mythics, but you're going to give up the Drake. Although, to be fair, again, it already should have died. So maybe as DRX, like,
You may take those as Chains of Corruption are going to land, gets onto Deft, and he just explodes. That's going to be secured by Hoyt, as now Pioshik finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Barrel included in that one. It's a double kill, in fact, for Hoyt, who's 2-0-2 now. This Karma is mega fed. And DRX, it's whoopsie after whoopsie, just a little bit. Is now slinking into the river. 8 seconds before that Hextech Drake comes up. Good vision to be gained there by Kwangdong Freaks. Teddy throws out Scryer. And now the rest of Kwangdong Freaks all grouped up as 5 in an instant. And now Kingen, look at that Narbar. Absolutely perfect. He's standing on a control ward as well. Gives himself away with that boomerang flying out. Now DRX have to deal with the mid wave, and Kwangdong, they can collapse onto the Na, who does hop away. It's pretty dangerous there, but he is going to survive. Should be all right. But the rotation over is through darkness here for DRX. Teddy slinks back in, and he is in control of a whole lot of this poke. These piercing arrows are starting to hurt, especially when they're coming from darkness. And Kingen, now the Mega Na comes in, and that is not the timing that he was looking for. As Pioshik actually walking in a little bit late. As the concrete comes down, there's a Chains of Corruption once again. He'll need to try and click on that land, but it's not going to work as the Na goes down. Deft able to get some free damage as Zeka looks for the backflips. Will get it. Doesn't quite do enough work on the back end, though, of that perfect execution. And Teddy free hitting now. Getting some flashes out of DRX as the piercing arrow hits onto Deft. And DRX with 1 missing, as well as Kwangdong Freaks, but the health bar is much bigger on Kwangdong's side.
Yeah, I think Kwangdong can push in the turret and possibly also play. Alam might make his way over very, very quickly, and I don't think you can do a lot there as DRX. And again,
Kingen wanting to frontline, but the inner turret is well and truly dead. Deft will go down, Beryl goes back. DRX, they lose a turret and a flash, and a lot of map control from that. As okay, Pioshik does find the stun here onto Teddy, who does try and turn this, and Kingen might actually just die to this one. Yep, Keen says, come back here, but the rest of his team does not. The rest of his team have just left him alone, and Keen will die. 2.5 minutes on the Drake, but the Baron is live, and we'll see whether DRX actually fancy themselves a bit of that. As DRX start up the Baron and stop the Baron. Teleport to come through from Fate. Pyoshik has kept this one leashed as over the wall is King in good Gnar positioning, but not good health bar positioning.
Good burst. He just keeps walking into Fate.
Yeah.
Fate just keeps blowing him up.
Fate has a habit of catching up to you, Chronicler. It's just how it works as Pyoshik having to get out of here, does end up using the ult to escape, does still have the flash available. King in Mega Gnar right now, but Quandong Freak's so good at spacing, not allowing that Gnar to get in at the moment that he wants to, and now it's just going to be Mini once again. Teddy chasing him out. The zaps are coming in. Def not quite able to find too many of them. King snagged. There's the flash body slam. Good flash from King gets himself out of the way as Pyoshik. He finds himself a stun as well, and now the Gnar bar is almost ready. That's the 4-man Gnar. In goes Zek. He's been waiting for this moment and picks up the 900 gold. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Zeka picks up the double in the backline, and this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you win League of Legends. You give 4 dragons, take the best one, and win the game.
All you need, Atlas, is one team fight. That's all it takes. If you do it right, if you pick your opportunities, one is all you need. And DRX, they find the one.
Look, I respect it so much. Everything about what happened this game was just leading up to that one moment. And you can imagine in the comms, it's like, no, I win the last fight. I carry the last fight. And that was probably being said by both Zeka and Def. And look at that. That's the goal graph I'm talking about.
Yep. That's a good graph.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what's fantastic? So on Sundays, we don't get to have all of the analyst chairs and the collaborative carpet space, unfortunately. But we do get it after this game. Matchup. But seeing the Nidalee is very exciting. And Quandong Freaks, a lot of early power. Fights around the mid-game, if they ever actually occur this game, will be very, very good for Quandong Freaks if Keen can get in there. And Keen is going to have so much agency this game. With the Orianna ball on top of him, with the fact that Hoyt can follow him into these fights as well, should mean that the Renekton can control a lot of how this game goes. Be very similar. A dangerous situation here for Quandong Freaks, but they have to show us that they can pull the trigger, that they can start these fights and make something happen. That's going to take a bit of damage here. Pyoshik coming on in. Is this going to be a dive? As Deft is going to get engaged on red-white. Maybe fight? As there's the grand entrance, and Hoyt's taken a lot of damage. Pyoshik wanders all the way underneath this one, and Teddy is caught completely unawares. Really nicely played from DRX, and they'll grab first blood, and they are outside of their habitable zone now as they have a lead.
Hey, still close enough. Close enough. We'll take it. We'll take it as this is what we need to see.
Yeah, bit of a dive here underneath this turret, but it's going to be pushed back, and Kingin should actually be all right, to be honest. As there's the pounce in as Alum going to get mini stunned, but thankfully the Quandong Freaks, Keen had the turret aggro. Zeka finds himself a stun, but that's a good shockwave to deter Fate from doing any more. And Pyoshik grabs himself the first Cloud Drake. Next one going. Dominus is available once again, though, and Pyoshik's going to turn up as well. Fate standing in this river, and Zeka spots them out as there's the engage. The quickness comes down. Good grand entrance. They're just going to dive on top of Elm as best they can. He will be taken down, but now they have to deal with Keen. Hoyt makes his way in as well as DRX are grouped up nicely. Fate turns up with 100% health. There's the shockwave flashed by Kingin. Beryl wants a re-engage, and there goes Kingin, but he's just going to be taken down. Zeka there just a little bit too late. Otherwise, that play could have been absolutely amazing. In the end, though, doesn't quite work out. It is a 1-for-1. Just finishing the rest of these plates off, that will get them far closer to a good position.
I told you I was going to be upset, and I really am.
What are we upset about again? Well, Kingin is... Oh, finds the body slam on the dice. Actually really like that. Spear is going to connect, though, and there's the stun. Kingin throws down the barrel as now Ellen's going to skirt. I've seen this one before. As can Kingen survive is the answer. Body slam comes in, but yeah, Keen with the dominance is going to be fine. Oh, the quickness is actually used there by Beryl.
I got dove here, but reinforcements are coming, so I like the disengage here.
Yep.
And of course, the reason why I'm frustrated with...
Teddy.
Oh,
yeah, there's the cleanse.
Oh.
In there is
teleport. That's the deep one.
Do the grand entrance, and yeah, there's the teleport. That is a big, scary crocodile coming in. And yes, Deft and Beryl, not a whole lot that they're going to be able to do here, unless Deft trying to move back into position. Teddy getting on in here. Deft going down very low. Moonlight Vigil goes entirely wide. Deft still alive for the moment as Keen. Can he actually survive this? Deft kiting it pretty nicely. Shockwave comes down onto 2. That's definitely good for the other side of the fight, but otherwise this is not really what you want. Pyoshik tidies up the crocodile, and it's a one fight for DRX. Deft throws his ult to Narnia, and they still win. And camouflage right now. As Beryl down relatively low, and now Keen comes on in. Flash out from Deft, gets him out of the way. Good knock up there from Pyoshik, though, as the Moonlight Vigil lands this time, and Keen is just destroyed before he can get anything done. Yes, the turret falls down, but they lose their gigantic crocodile, and Zeka was splitting topside this whole time. So the actual trade will be in favor of DRX.
And he had teleport. DRX was in full control of that situation, and this feels so reminiscent of the Guangdong Freaks. Afrika Evolved, Keen desperately trying to carry, but going too deep.
Yeah.
Going too deep, right? Like, there was a teleport available for Zeka. If they were afraid they were going to lose that fight, he could have joined at a moment's notice. But that's all right.
Quantum Freaks trying to take control of mid. The K-Ram, as we were talking about. Spears not connecting.
Have to win this fight.
Yeah. Kingen moving towards a little bit more. Zeka just throwing out some abilities. Goes golden, though. As there it was. We're looking for Fate, and that's the quickness. Goodbye, Orianna, and now the chaos rains down. Zeka still fighting for more, but they slink into the corruption. And remember, all of the gold is on the Renekton. So the 4 in the 4-1 is not as strong as DRX, because that 4 are all ahead. It's just not how you can play this game out if you want to win, Quantum Freaks. And now it is Soul Point, and Fate is dead for another 25 seconds. He has teleport, but he has no flash. And I think they're not going to be able to save this Drake. Chemtech Soul now for DRX as they look to turn back to the mid lane.
And now I think they're going to shred for this in seconds. Guangdong can have the teleport available for Keen. I think that we are going to see the flip here.
Yeah, there's the curtain call. Beryl trying to stay in front of it. Zeka taking a fair bit of damage from Fate, but Fate almost just taken out of this fight. Keen not going to get here in time, as once again the Zhonya's is beautiful from Zeka. Keen tries to get the cosmic damage to do enough, but the rest of his team not quite there. Deft still alive, still at full health as Beryl goes down to his Chemtech Drake Soul self. But he's probably just going to melt down. And yes, he does. Almost gets the knock up from beyond the grave as Hoyt dives on in, but he'll get taken down as well. Once more, Pyoshik tries to get some work done. Deft is going to get shockwaved and then has to flash to get himself out of it. Kingen running for the hills, but he's by himself, and I've seen this before, everyone. I've seen this before, and it happened in the last game as Deft tries to now get himself forward, but Teddy will survive. I can't believe this is happening again, as Keen with the dominance once more dives into the backline. He's just trying to buy time. The Moonlight Vigil sails by majestically, but won't actually do any damage. And Quantum Freaks back away. Oh no, Elam gets out of the pit because he couldn't tank the dragon. And now DRX have got themselves all back into position. Good stun is going to come through. It's going to be a 50-50. Elam flashes and steals it. He picks up the Elder, but he immediately dies. They lose 2. Deft gets a double. Is the Elder going to be enough? It's on 3 people. Oh my god, this game.
I don't know, Atlas.
Homework being done here very nicely. You can see Vision now onto Deft. Keen taking a lot there as the Calibrum Q connects. Pyoshik holding on to this dragon, and now they're going to go for the engage. There's the Crescent Guard. Beryl off to the side. The quickness has been used, but he couldn't see his window. hasn't decided to go in, and actually, oh no, the quickness not used just yet, as there's the barrel, but it's not going to land, and Beryl just does a bit of a drive-by. No one's dead yet, but a lot of the buttons now unavailable for the rest of this fight. You can feel how intense it is for both of these teams. The Dragon's getting amongst it. Pyoshik's almost dead as the curtain call comes in once again. Def gonna get snagged. Pyoshik. Oh dear.
Teleport coming in. It's not over yet.
Yeah,
Drake's
we're
getting
looking
low.
for a re-engage. The Drake, it's just going to be secured by Kwangdong Freaks, but Deft picks up the kill onto the Leona, and it's actually man advantage now for DRX, but there's a big dragon buff now on Kwangdong Freaks. I don't even know what it means.
Jin Air Teddy's definitely back, by the way. The man is showing a carry performance on Jin here. That is just disgusting, the amount of damage he was able to do in that fight. Simply revolting. But as you pointed out, there's still a man up, and yes, you have an Elder buff, but I think we might get another stalemate. I'm scared to save. I don't think Kwangdong, unless they can find a fight!
No. Deft is going to go golden, and DRX immediately react. They know that Teddy is 100% of what they need to deal with. Flash was used, actually, by Teddy in that situation.
Yep, it's terrifying.
And expectations are, you know, scary things as well, right? If you don't meet them, it becomes far more difficult to then meet them.
There we go.
Teleport into the backline. Solar Flare goes to Narnia. As there's a shockwave onto two. Massive as Beryl almost dies, but manages to get the grand entrance onto Teddy. Keenan looking for it, but Hoyt is going to go down. Teddy gets far enough back in order to call these curtains, and Pyoshik has to break his stopwatch. Keenan thought he was going to get hit by that spear, but he probably wasn't, and Keen, just can't quite make his way in. Hoyt fell down, but DRX are all left standing. Their health bars not so high, but they have a fountain to go back to. Doesn't get it. The spear's going wide as well. Pyoshik losing a little bit of health, as now DRX Shirellering their way forward.
Back to
and the Elder is up once again. Beryl comes on in. There's the curtains. DRX grouped up. Solar Flare avoided for the stuns, but the slows come in. No follower. A lot of damage here as Deft. If he finds any autos at all, then Kwangdong just die. He does so much damage, it is absurd. Curtain call on cooldown. And so now the fight breaks out. Shockwave onto two, but not able to get the kills just yet. And this time, it's DRX to pick up the Dragon. Hoyt is going to get eaten by it. And Keen now off to the side, not able to get the value as Teddy is going to get knocked up and eaten by Pyoshik. Def dancing forward. Keen has to flash, and I think DRX may just have done it. They may just have picked up their first series win, and their first win for 6 whole sets in a row. It is a huge moment for them. Fate is holding onto the wave, though, so we might have to hold that thought, as this is the hero minion. This Siege minion has to stay alive if DRX want to win right here.
Fate's desperately going to try to hold on here. They can kill the minion, but there's the teleport!
Yep, teleport right on top of it, but the turret is going to get mad at Zeka, who gets himself a shield, but Kingen is absolutely massive. Def needs to keep hitting these turrets as Keen dives on top of him, but the Dragon will kill. The Shockwave connects, but it's not going to do enough. And DRX, against all odds, have done it again. It's the same way they won, but 7-0-6, and Def will take down the Nexus. And it is exactly the same gold graph as, well, a little bit more trending towards Kwangdong Freaks this time, but still it's basically the same thing. And it's not a story that we were surprised to see whatsoever after how these two teams played, but man.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun for the interview translation for the first time for DRX. We are here joined by Zeka, Pyoshik, the mid-jungle duo of DRX. After a 6-game losing streak, you guys got your first victory of the split. How do you feel, Pyoshik? You know, we were on a very long losing streak starting from the last summer split, but it's been so long since we got a 2 victory, so I'm just so happy. And Zeka, how are you feeling? This is your first POG as well. In the previous 3 matches, you know, we expected to get at least 1 victory, but we were on a 3-match losing streak, so I was losing my confidence, so we were all feeling small, so it's a huge relief that we were able to get this victory today. Pyosik, I can't tell that DRX was so hungry and desperate for a victory. So what was the focal point throughout the slump? We wanted to focus on the fundamentals because we thought we were lacking those. And then we also realized that our teamwork is not on point as well. So the atmosphere wasn't that good. But after the T1 series, our captain, Daft, actually, said he wants feedback without the coaching staff, just the players. So we were able to actually speak from the bottom of our heart. We were just talking about everything. He was trying to lead the team to have better atmosphere and energy. I can tell that Pyosik is getting a little bit emotional after the first and well-deserved victory. So please give a warm round of applause for Pyosik. Congratulations once again. So let's get back to game number 1. In game 1, Kwangdong Freaks had the Dragon Soul, but you guys are able to turn the game around and then get the victory after winning a huge team fight at the Elder Drake. At the Elder fight, as long as we can find the perfect engage, I was pretty sure that I can just collapse onto the enemy carries. So I made it and we pulled it off, and I was telling my teammates that we can do it. And I had this confidence that we will win the team fight in the later game. In game number 2, Renekton, a champion that had 100% pickban rate, was led through, and Kiin was able to secure that pick. So what was the plan in that draft? Kiin said he's really confident in playing against Renekton, and also for us as well as, if Kiin plays Renekton, actually this champion has expirational dates, so we knew that later phase will be in favor of us. And then we had this classic Renekton Nidalee comp on the top side of Kwangdong Freaks. Renekton Nidalee, their early game dive is so strong, so as long as we can, pass through that phase of the game, we knew that we had the lead and priority for mid and the late game. In game 2, we were able to hear the voice comm from the DRX players, and you were very vocal, very confident. Was that because of winning game number 1? Did it help you boost your confidence? I was probably the only one to open team fights and engage, so I was the one, just playing on the line, taking all the aggros, and I was feeling pretty confident because I was able to actually play that really well and playing the limits. So I was, feeling pretty confident. Game number 2 was an epic game. We had, so the longest game of the spring split was 40 minutes and 7 seconds long, but this game was 48 minutes and 6 seconds. So when was the moment that you guys were confident to close out the game? Well, it was pretty exhausting because we played about back-to-back 50-minute long games. So, but after that, I was pretty happy. For me, in the final Elder fight, well, Beryl said just push away Gragas and Nidalee, then the Elder is ours. So after that shot call, and after I pulled it off, I was pretty confident that we were able to take the victory. Some people actually criticize that DRX isn't that decisive. So, what was their focal point in terms of improvements for DRX? Well, I've been losing my confidence since last summer, probably. But after the T1 series, a lot of people actually said, they were very confident. They're still a great player, so they were just trying to give, tips to each other and also try to cheer us up. So after that T1 series, in the scrims, we focused on regaining our confidence. What about you, Zeka? Same confidence. We were all just feeling so small. But with this victory, I think we will be able to bounce back And also, I hope we can find even better teamwork in the future. Your next opponent is Freddie Brion. How are we going to prepare for that match? Freddie Brion, compared to, Freddie Brion is so strong against the stronger teams. They're the Giant Slayers. I think we have to, prepare really well for that match. And POC, I can tell you are very emotional after this first victory, and we have so many fans out here. So, any last message you would like to send to the fans? It's been so long since I played in front of the live audience, because after I had my debut, it was a COVID situation. So I really wanted to show something to the fans, but I was so embarrassed to stand in front of the audience, with this long slump. But with this victory secured today, it feels awesome.
I'm
looking forward to seeing more of POC and DRX POG interview in the future. Once again, congratulations. And now back to our casters. Thank you.